Investors are bombarded with pitches and the next best thing ideas every day. Understanding how to build a prototype for your mobile app can give you a competitive edge when pitching to potential investors and to help get this business off the ground. Hi, I'm Matt, founder at Spring Digital, and today we're going to look at what a prototype of a mobile app is and what role it plays in helping you raise money or communicate your idea to potential investors. Let's first look at what a prototype is and why you need it. App prototyping is a form of user research. It is a mostly visual mock-up that looks like a real app. It demonstrates an app's fundamental design and function, but does not primarily contain working code. Interactive prototypes simulate how the product will work and allow you to mimic actually using the app. A mobile app prototype helps understand how real users interact with a product, therefore validate UX design assumptions and assess the feasibility of a product. Prototyping allows seeing the product in action with the lowest possible cost. How complex or deep your prototype is really depends on the idea, what the amount of funding you are seeking is, and what round of funding you are actually in. For early stage or seed round, a prototype can be as basic as sketches on paper or a few designed up screens. For more serious funding, a mix of designed and coded screens along the critical path might be needed. In order to build the right prototype, there is a process every startup should follow. Once in front of your investors, you only get one shot to pitch it for the first time, so you want to make it the best possible. Step 1, know the problem you are solving. Understanding the current problems of your users and what problem your product is actually trying to solve should be paramount to building a good prototype. It will provide you with a reference point along the way. Asking yourself, will this feature here help my user or not? Because it sounds great isn't a reason for building an app. You build an app because you wish you could access your data quicker. You build an app because you think the ordering food online process is broken. You build an app because you've identified a problem in the world and your mission is to fix that problem. When we work with clients, we always take them through a process that allows us to uncover the purpose of the app. We look to better understand the industry as a whole, the competition, business goals, audience goals, and dive deep into understanding the features of the app that truly matter to the audience. Once we have clearly identified the audience and the pain point that this app solves, we begin to design the user's journey between the pain and solution. Step 2, identify the core functionality. A prototype is usually developed around the core functionality. If the users need to log in to access the app, it's important that it's included in the prototype. Before you build your app, create a list of the features that are needed in your app and prioritize these items by what is a must for your target audience versus just what's a nice to have. Generally, the first 3 to 4 features on your priority list will be the ones you want to build your prototype around. Once you can prove you have an idea that resonates and your app is something that people actually want, you can add those other features as needed. Number 3, sketches and wireframes. After you've decided on the highest priority features for your prototype, it's time to start thinking about the user experience. User experience design has everything to do with how a person feels when interacting with your product. Is it intuitive? Are the buttons in the right place? Can I do everything with one thumb whilst having one eyeball on the screen? You then craft the user experience into a few rough sketches of how the primary screens should look and feel. These are then passed on to a graphic designer to create a wireframe using Adobe XD, Figma, or some other wireframing tool. A wireframe is a simplified outline of your product consisting of grey boxes, basic wordings, lines, and sometimes description text too. Step 4, building the prototype. Building a prototype involves taking all of the work you completed in your wireframes and building it out into a basic model of your final product. How complex you make this really depends on who you are presenting it to. You could make it as simple as the wireframes connected together in a prototyping tool. Or you could go all the way to creating good-looking designs with some basic functionality too. In my experience with investors, the more you can show you've invested in the product and the better it looks, the more likely it is for you to communicate your idea and get their attention. Amongst other criteria, Investors are looking at how mature your idea is and how much time and money you have invested in it yourself. I hope you've enjoyed this video on the importance of a good prototype for your app when raising money. If you would like some more advice on prototyping or need someone to put one together for you, please leave a comment below or reach out at springdigital.com.au. Till next time,